Man taking over for Lombardo was also sworn in today in Las Vegas. Former Undersheriff Kevin McMahill took the oath of office at a ceremony this morning surrounded by family, friends, and community leaders. He is the 18th Clark County Sheriff and the 8th since Las Vegas Metro was founded in 1973. McMahill was elected to the top job after former Sheriff Joe Lombardo decided to run for governor. McMahill says he is committed to a police force that connects with the community it is serving.
You know what works? A community policing philosophy that is based in humanity. The fact that we see humanity in one another before we see anything else. Not the color of your skin, not the sex that you are, nor the person that you sleep with at night.
McMahill's swearing in was followed by an open house, which gave members of the community the chance to meet their new sheriff in person.